Hello, let's discuss our today's topic, that is kidney function and physiology. This is for class 11 biology. Here I'm going to discuss especially the functions of kidney, and that is coming under physiology. Physiology is the process of any biological function. Okay. Here, kidney filters blood in three steps. We already know that kidney not only filters or plays role in osmoregulation of the body uh, for and form urine. It also filters blood 4 to 5 times in a day in our body, and this filtration of blood takes place in three processes. Number one, I have written here, is glomerular filtration. Number two is tubular reabsorption, and number three is tubular secretion. These are the three steps here. Glomerular filtration, which occurs in the Bowman's capsule or glomerulus, and it is also called as renal uh, tubule or renal filtration. Tubular reabsorption, the essential material again reabsorbed through PCT and DCT, that is called as, and along with the glomerular filtration, that is called coming under tubular reabsorption. And number three is tubular secretion, the unnecessary material which passed out from the kidney is coming under the process of tubular secretion. Now the first process, this is glomerular filtration. Here I have written in the first point, yeah, glomerular filtration filters out most of the solutes due to high BP, that is blood pressure, and specialized membranes in the Bowman's capsule. How glomerular filtration occurs? Glomerular filtration is simply a passive process. In this process, the blood enters into the glomerulus or Bowman's capsule by afferent arteriole, and here most of the solute are filtered due to high blood pressure, and another thing is specialized membranes of Bowman's capsule responsible for this filtration. Now the second point is all the solutes except macromolecules. Here the second point, all the solutes except macromolecules like proteins pass through by passive diffusion. Macromolecules, as we know, that these are carbohydrate, protein, fats, lipids, DNA, RNA. These are macromolecules. These cannot filter. They again pass into the bloodstream. These are the solutes. Also, except this, all other solutes like water, urea, ammonia, glucose also pass through this glomerular membrane to the PCT. All the solutes except macromolecules like proteins pass through by passive diffusion. If someone is asking you which type of transportation occurs in the glomerular filtration, the answer is passive transport or passive diffusion. Here there is a concentration gradient, and it occurs higher concentration to lower concentration. So there is no requirement of energy. Now come to number 3 point or third point, the blood entering into the glomerulus through afferent arteriole. How the blood enters into the glomerulus? That is through afferent arteriole, and leaves the glomerulus through efferent arteriole, like in case of artery and vein. And all the here there is no energy requirement at this stage. I told you filtration process. And now what are the solutes? Blood entering into the glomerulus blood entering into the glomerulus carries especially urea, water, various salts, RBC, that is red blood corpuscles, WBC, white blood corpuscles, glucose, amino acids, and proteins, etc. All the constituents except macromolecule I have already shown in the second point here. Macromolecules like proteins are filtered out through the semi-permeable membrane of glomerulus. Yeah, and then the essential materials filtered through the glomerulus or Bowman's capsule, and again the essential material reabsorbed or leave through the efferent arteriole. Now let's move to the this picture I'm giving here. Yeah, this is the structure of glomerulus or Bowman's capsule. Okay, I think it has given here. Okay, I'm writing it here. Bowman's capsule or glomerulus. This is called as Bowman's capsule or glomerulus. Okay, this is the first portion of nephron. I had already mentioned it in my last slide. Glomerulus, yeah, this one. And what happened, the glomerulus has different cells which are responsible for the filtration, and one type of cell is that is one kind of epithelial cells which is called as podocyte cell. These podocyte cells arranged intricately uh, with each other so that it gives very little space for the filtration, like a slit. It acts as a filtration slit or slit pores so that the blood and other microparticles, smaller particles, are filtered through these podocyte cells. And though these portions are very small in size, this is the reason the macromolecules like proteins, glucose, and DNAs or RNA cannot filter through this glomerulus, and it again enters into the bloodstream. Okay, and it plays podocyte cells actually plays a vital role in filtering the blood inside the glomerulus. Here the separate podocyte cells, these are the podocyte cells. Here is a slit diaphragm. This forms the pores or slit pores. These are the food processors, and yeah, these are the podocyte cells. Separately it has mentioned podocyte or these are podocytes. Yeah, simply I'm writing it podocytes. Yeah, and this is the blood which meant for filtration, and this is renal nerve. Yeah, efferent arteriole where blood or the filtered leaves the glomerulus, and afferent arteriole where the filtrate along with the blood enters into the glomerulus. Okay, I think you can understand this. And this is proximal convoluted tubule or PCT. After filtration of the solutes, they enter into the PCT or proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, that's why it is its first name is starting with proximal. Okay, and yeah, what I have shown you in the picture, I wrote here. Okay, 1 second. This is the number 1. The epithelial cell of Bowman's capsule called podocytes. Okay? Yeah. The epithelial cells of Bowman's capsule are arranged in an intricate manner. Already they are arranged by sliding or attaching with each other, that is called as intricate manner, so that very little space are left, so as to leave some minute spaces here, called filtration slit or slit pores. The epithelial cells of Bowman's capsule, called podocytes, are arranged in an intricate manner so as to leave some minute spaces called filtration slit or slit pores, so that the very few micromolecules are passed or filtered through these podocyte cells of glomerulus. Okay, now come to the second point. The second point is blood is filtered so finely through these membranes that almost all constituents of plasma except the proteins pass into the lumen of Bowman's capsule. Due to this intricate system of these podocytes, blood is finely filtered through the glomerulus or Bowman's capsule. Therefore, it is called as ultrafiltration, because necessary particles like macromolecules are not filtered through these podocyte cells. These are again reabsorbed through this uh, efferent arteriole and mixes with the bloodstream. But the very minute particles like water, urea, amino acid, which are mostly not necessary for the body, or waste materials which carrying through the blood, are filtered by this glomerulus or Bowman's capsule. For this fine filtration, the process is called as ultrafiltration. Okay. Now, the point 3, the amount of glomerular filtrate rate uh, of a healthy individual is 100 liter per day. This is the amount of glomerular filtrate rate, that is 180 liter per day in an individual or healthy individual. I hope you understand it. Thank you for watching. Bye.